In case any other names occur in the narrative, I may as well say that the wife who leaves him is called Meena. His son is called Ankur. The man for whom she leaves him is Rajiv. His secretary, if she occurs in this narrative that I've selected, is Joy. I think that's more or less it. And the story is told in the voice of Aftab Chandra. I turned 40 at the turn of the century. I suppose that should have been an event by itself, a monumental conversation piece. Just that odd coincidence, for I can call it little else, should have been enough to get me invited to several turn-of-the-century parties, where I could have been presented as something of a celestial oddity. What made things worse, that it was not just the end of the century, but also of the millennium. So my turning 40 was celebrated the world over, and it had all been in the planning for more than 20 years. From a time when I had no idea of what it meant to be 40, no feel at all for a reasonable bank balance, discreet reading glasses, flab around the middle, a mild drink habit, a sense of time slipping away. People had put away champagne in 1982, booked tables in Times Square in 1985, and bought tickets for rock concerts near the North Pole. Trips to the Galapagos Islands had been meticulously planned, and fortunes spent for the privilege of staring at the moonlit Taj Mahal when the gong would finally make me 40. Just about everything, the stock market, psychosomatic disorders, the rising rate of murders, Y2K, angst, rage, depression, joy, was linked to my 40th birthday. People made and lost fortunes in its anticipation. Rock-stable marriages broke and long-lost lovers came together, drawn impulsively by a magic force. Overcoat, that I could not resist it. The diary was for my friends. Mere acquaintances would never make it there. I was very clear about that. It was only meant for people whom I would really write to, inspired by a certain light in the evening sky, or by a recollection of a song, or to whom I would place a call on an impulse even if they were half a world away, just to hear their voice. Their addresses were chopped and changed along the years, the phone numbers became longer, email addresses were added, names of husbands and wives and even children appeared in brackets. I could tell the effect for filling in address books. 3 short lines in black with 5-digit phone numbers. Then in green felt pen, scratched out and finally entered again in blue ink, superseding all earlier entries. The diary had recorded it all, their movements from small towns to Delhi and Bombay, to rainy England or faraway big-time America. That diary was my ultimate response to the creeping world of electronic organizers and digital diaries and that latest foul thing called PDA. I wanted to have nothing to do with those. My friends belonged to another era, and I thought my friendships were of a different, more durable kind. Very unusual. Most people I know are probably unhappy with the way things are. So life usually went on as we fought. Meena took off the bag shut. For a moment, I thought she was going to burst into tears. I know that you will be hurt by this, and I know you will be on the ledge. The intense bargaining for a pair of cushion covers. Meena was silent, stirring her coffee. Is it about Rajiv, I asked, and looked at her directly. Silence. Yes, I could almost hear a sigh of relief in the whisper. And of course, as we know, it isn't the first time. No. There was nothing much else to say. We both began to sip our coffee. It was too hot. I stood my elbow on the table and cupped my chin in my hand. Something was scalding my eyes. Beyond the ledge, the deal had been struck. The cushion covers were being packed together whenever they could. Her body was taut with energy. Her chin, with the gentle cleft I knew so well, was thrust out towards him, and there was genuine laughter in her dark eyes. I was never any good at dancing. I stepped on her toes every time I tried to do a slow dance with her, or I moved too fast, and I did not practice when we were alone. I suppose she was happy about that now. She did not need to practice with Rajiv in private. Thank you.
I will trust your judgment. Typically,